What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with Tech Solutions. Thank you guys again so much for joining us for another Sunday Stock Talk. For those that are joining us for the first time, this is a live stream. We go live every single Sunday, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, and this is the group of Tech Solutions and all of our subscribers within all the different platforms that we have available. But one of the biggest things is that we just broke 29,000 members within Tech Solutions. Tech Solutions is a Facebook platform. You simply have to have a Facebook account. The link if you don't have one, if you're not part of the group already, it is a 100% free group. Again, just have to have a Facebook account. Click to join, and it will allow you access to join over with 29,000 members and investors and entrepreneurs. And the thing that we do best is we provide a supportive environment for both new and experienced traders, teaching you the basics and the fundamentals of trading, and kind of just talk about real-time stocks and what it is that we're looking at. So what is the whole purpose of this Sunday Stock Talk? Well, pretty much I'm going to be personally talking about last week, what I did good, what I did bad, my areas of improvement, something that I do every single time. So it's for you guys to learn from what it is that I do well and from what I did bad, so you guys don't have to repeat those same mistakes. As well as I did a little poll that I do every single Sunday, and I simply did it in the very morning, and I asked you guys, stocks that you guys want me to analyze for this week's Sunday Stock Talk. So I went ahead and I put that poll out there. You guys, did your thing. You guys, the top stocks you guys want me to analyze. And then like requested, like last week, I'm going to be talking about 1 to 2 stocks that I personally see value in. So that is really what the whole purpose of the Sunday Stock Talk. The reason that we do it on Sunday and not any other day is because the market opens Monday and it goes through Friday. So kind of just to prepare us and kind of be all up to date on what's going to happen for this upcoming week, and just to make sure that we're pumped for market open. I'm not too sure about you guys, but I'm super excited that the market opens on Monday, and I love Mondays. I really love just waking up, especially here in Mountain Standard Time. That's probably one of the worst things is that I have to wake up pretty early, and I do miss that about Spain, that I would be able to day trade at 3:30. But over here it's at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time when the market opens. But it's still a super fun thing because I get to do it with an amazing team, and that's every single one of you guys. So I'm going to say what's up to a couple of you. I do have to leave at exactly 7 o'clock today. I have a meeting, so I do apologize for that. But it's been a busy day, so I'm super pumped. I love these type of days. I'm going to say what's up to you guys. Let's see. Can you use this EMA and briefly go over it? Yeah, so you're asking me to go over EMA. Am I using Robinhood? I am not. Or what's up? JDo JJ93. What's up? What's up, Jacob? What's up, Forbidden? Oh, nope, can't have that. All right. Damn, 29K. I know, it's amazing. It's a true blessing being able to have such a large following. And there's people that have large followers, and that's millions and millions of people, right? But I think the type of quality of following that I have and the type of people that I have that follow me, you guys are entrepreneurs, investors, and people that are super motivated. And I think, in a sense, the quality, the type of people that I have that, in a sense, I don't want to say follow me, but just subscribe to my YouTube channel and that are part of Tech Solutions. That's one of the most amazing things. I feel like I have an amazing quality following, or just have an amazing team. I think that's the best way to put it. Hey, I'm from your Belinda. Same here. What's up? eDog 408. There's a couple of you guys, and I'm sorry, I probably won't be able to go through each and every one of you guys just because I have to kind of get going. But Christopher, Robert Cole, Anthony, Charles, Cola, M1 Gaming, eDog, Joey Silva, Sean, Robert, Christopher. Too many of you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. What's up? Sweet. Appreciate that. I really do. The Plush Adventures. Adventure says, "Sub, did you ride a Lamborghini event store?" No, I've never been in one. Is it possible to make a daily profit with just $1,000 invested? Definitely with the correct and proper fundamentals. Yes. is asking what I do for work. I will be disclosing that once I leave my certain position. But as of now, with every other business and stuff that I do, I have real estate. I have a couple businesses when it comes to reselling. I have, technical solutions, and then I have a couple other things when it comes to like just other businesses that I have. All right, let's kind of. Oh. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started just because I want to make sure that those that are watching, and especially those that are watching once this video publishes, aren't in a sense bored. So right now, I'll probably put a time so they can skip to the specific thing. So you guys are saying, let's do this. I am so pumped. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Let's do this. Alrighty, so we're on the Facebook group. What I'm gonna do is, we have to go here. And then we have to go to search. And all I'm going to search is poll because that is what I did this morning. So 9 hours ago. We got 130 for DCTH, 78 for JNUG, CYTR for 58, HUSA 53, IDXG. These are the top 5 stocks. These are the ones that we're going to be looking over today based on what you guys selected. Let's see how they compare to last week. So DCH is still there. JNUG is now here. CYTR is new. HUSA, this one's back from a couple of weeks ago. IDXG. All right, so we got a couple new ones, and that's good. I want to make sure that we keep it kind of like relevant towards. That's why I do it so close to, I guess I can do it right as a Friday, but I don't like to do it, in the beginning of the week because at the end of the week, the market's completely, especially for these low cap stocks, completely different. So let's start off with this one. Let me say something really quick. So join my live streams. And I want to make sure that, again, and I'm sorry for all those that always watch me. I want to make sure that I lead by example. For those that are watching for the first time, we have 3 rules within Technical Solutions and within our YouTube channel. You only day trade. You only invest in what you see value in, meaning that you only invest in what you understand. That's the first rule. Second rule is you never invest based on anyone else's opinion, meaning that, the reason that, 90% of the people that invest in the stock market lose money, one of those, key components is because they invest based on someone else's opinion. So that's rule number 2. The third one is always have a plan when you're investing, having a proper understanding of what you're getting into, meaning that you know where you're buying, you know where you're selling, and you know where you're going to be cutting your losses. Understanding that if you have a proper plan on entry, exit, and then where you can cut losses, you're managing your risk. And that's one of the most important key components. With those 3 simple things, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going back to sharing my screen. Thank you guys again, and let's do this. DCTH. Alrighty, so DCTH, if you guys know anything about this one's been one that's been, extremely hyped up. It was at highs of, I think, 40 or maybe 36. Let's take a look. That's a little too far back. Let's do a 20-day analysis. And it came from lows of, it even came from, yeah, this is where I remember it. This is when I remember that it was at like 1 cent or 2 cents, and then it started jumping up. And I remember when there was a couple of our traders, talking about, being able to lock in this little profit, but then it jumped all the way up to 36 cents, and then it started seeing a downward trend. Looking at this, is this something that you guys want to invest in? Understanding that it came from, 2 cents all the way up to 35 cents. So just to put into perspective, even just at 35, that is it won't even calculate it for you because of the thousands of percent of like return it is, if you guys see that. So overall, when people say, is it possible to catch a stock from low to bottom and make thousands of percentages of growth? Yes, but is it highly likely? No, and that's definitely not something that we promote within our group because it's not very realistic. Understanding that now, if you're buying it now, or for all those people that have been holding, they're losing, huge parts of their account. And that's what you have to understand. Something that I do see here is there was, in a sense, somewhat of a support, as you guys can see here. Tried to bounce here at around 15 cents. Now the next approach is, I think, around 10 cents is where it's going to try to bounce at. And then it had a previous support at about 20 cents. So that makes sense. Understanding that it's been way overhyped. I think it was way overpriced, and that's something that I continue to call it out on. You guys have to understand that, like, it didn't meet my criteria. I don't like trading stocks less than $1. It initially didn't have really good. It didn't see very much volume, so I thought a lot of it had to do with manipulation. It just didn't meet the criteria that I was looking for to day trade, and that's totally fine. I missed out on a stock that saw enormous amount of potential or a profit, but realistically, this is not something that I saw value in. It wasn't something that I understood. So why would I invest in something that I don't understand? It just doesn't make sense, right? And it's as simple as that. So understanding that, now it's seen a downward trend from its peak, and most likely it's going to try to make its way back up to this 2-cent or 5-cent valuation. Understanding that, is it a time to buy right now? Well, it's not showing any signs of upward momentum. We can definitely get a little bit closer to this 1-minute candlestick. It's starting a flat line, and it's starting during the market as of Friday and during aftermarket hours, it looks like it was trying to hold above 13 cents. I guess we're going to have to leave it until Monday, and I can simply set my alert to see if it breaks above 14 cents or 14 and a half. And then I'm going to set my alert on once it goes below the support, once it breaks the support. Understanding that, I just want to stay up to date on DCTH. I personally don't see value on DCTH because of how much it's been losing, its actual value from the past couple of days. Like, this is huge, guys. I don't think people understand that because this is just cents. But from 20 cents to 8 cents, that's 10%. That's 10% a day. And then again, from 17 cents to 16 cents, that's nearly 10% again. And then again, the other day, 15 to 16%, again, 12%, just huge 10% losses every single day, and it's not showing any signs of consistent upward momentum or any signs of upward momentum. Why would you invest in something that isn't bouncing or isn't rising? Are you trying to get in at the lowest point? Well, it's not showing that it has found its true support, and it keeps breaking every support. It's really when it starts breaking resistance that it's going to start, actually making moves that people can actually understand and start managing their risk. But until then, I'm going to step away from DCTH because it just doesn't make sense to me. JNUG has been, a notorious stock this week, and it's definitely kicked my butt. Especially on Friday. I made up some of it on Thursday, but definitely not on Friday. It broke below the $15 support, which is not something that I necessarily saw. I do want to take you guys a little bit further back and show you that it does have potential to drop down after it breaks below 15. Potential based on this 180-day analysis to break down to $13.72, as that was a previous support. Understanding that, it is still a pretty low point based on where $13 stands, and then it went and made its way back up to the $20 resistance, which is where we usually call it. We usually call the support at around $15 to $16 as the real support, where it usually bounced at. Even 17, as you guys could see these little trends right here that held above 17, and $20 to be the resistance. So it's still not showing signs of upward momentum. So what I would really like to see is for this upcoming week is my biggest mistake was I was trying to catch JNUG at the lowest point, just like many of you guys, and it was just because it just looked like it had to bounce, right? It was just way too low price for what it is that we understand with this gold-based ETF, and it just wasn't bouncing though. Does that make sense? Does that mean just because we believe it's going to bounce, that it's going to bounce just because it's at a very low point? Well, no, we have to understand that we have to let the actual graphs and JNUG to show us, to indicate that it's starting to bounce. And it has not showed any true indication that it's actually bouncing. And what I mean by that is it's pretty simple. So, when JNUG was making its way back down like this, when it bounced here on this initial drop, it saw a really big loss that day and started to pick back up. It broke above the resistance that it had that day, and it made a new high, right, for that specific day, and it kind of went back up to the previous day. Understanding that, it continued to see a downward trend, but then that support that it set at about $15.50 was the overall support, and that's what started to lead to this upward momentum. So that was the first indicator, a couple days before, that it had potential to bounce back up. Now it has the drop, it just hasn't showed any signs of upward momentum. Understanding that, I'm going to let this day and this week play out a little bit, easier. And pretty much me and John were, which is a buddy that I have, that we're talking about where JNUG and JDST stand since they're inverse ETFs. And it kind of just came down to we have a position on JNUG and why is it not bouncing and kind of what we expect. But I would much rather take a step back, really let JNUG to start showing me that it's going to bounce. And then once it starts showing signs of upward momentum, if it breaks above 16 or breaks above 17, then that's a true indication that it's starting to rise rather than consistently drop. And then with that, I know that I can make the margin from $16 to $20. That's a little bit more realistic than trying to catch it at the lowest point. So that my biggest area of improvement from last week was I was trying to catch JNUG at the lowest point at the bounce, which wasn't ideal. So now I'm going to take a step back, really wait for it to bounce, and then get in there. So that's my area of improvement. So what that means is, since JNUG isn't something that I'm necessarily going to be looking at right now, JDST is being the inverse ETF is what I'm going to move to. And although $78 is a resistance, if it breaks above 79, then that's when we're really going to start making moves. And what I mean by that is, let's see if I can actually get no. Because right now, JDST, as you guys can see, it's at an overall high. But if we go to JNUG, it's a 20-day analysis, it's at an overall low. So again, complete inverse ETFs. But if we go a little bit further back to 180-day analysis, and we go to JDST, it has hit $100 before, like right here. So once it breaks this $80 resistance, it has the margin to 85. So this one just is showing more signs of consistent upward momentum, although the margin is smaller compared to JNUG because it has more potential or more margin to make up. This is what's truly showing and indicating signs of upward momentum. So I'd much rather invest in something that has smaller margins, but at least it's indicating, upward momentum, and I can manage this risk, and it makes more sense. But then until JNUG starts to actually increase in price and break above the $16 to $17 resistance, then I'll make my way back. So this is actually one of the stocks that I was going to talk about that I'm looking at this week, just because JNUG isn't showing any real bounce or any true support. All right, CYTR. You guys are choosing some real low cap stocks. All right, so CYTR, this is 120-day analysis. I know you guys, this is going to be definitely a day trade. It's less than $1. So I personally just don't like holding these low cap stocks overnight. Doing a 20-day analysis, it's truly showing downward momentum, but this is what I'm looking at right now, and this is what I see. Let me go a little bit further back, 180-day. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so obviously the resistance was right around 70. As you guys can see, it did go above 70, but realistically, that's really where it struggled. Like the CMA line, you guys can see it struggled to go above 70. And now it's showing more based on where it bounced before, from this huge rise that it had, and where it bounced was right around 50 cents, which makes sense. That's a very common place where, stocks usually bounce. It did go below 50 cents, but then it bounced right back and it held above, and it continued to rise. Now it's going for a second bounce, right? Does it mean that it's going to bounce exactly at 50? No, it actually looks like it's trying to hold above 55. But I realistically think that it's going to be around like 52, 53, where it's going to start to bounce and start indicating or showing signs of upward momentum. Understanding that once it actually starts showing signs of upward momentum and it starts gapping back up, based on this downward momentum that it's showing, I don't necessarily think that it's going to continue to. I think these bounces that it's having are going to be much smaller. So locking in profits, you're going to have to do it probably a little bit quicker, and then it's going to break the support and then continue dropping. That's just kind of like the trend that I see. It's like, this bounce gets a little bit smaller, this bounce, it's a little bit smaller, and then, it really comes down to, and I know a lot of people don't like using this specific indicator, but RSI usually shows based on volume, how it's kind of, playing out with if it's overbought or oversold. It's just the indicator that I like to see. Right now, it's pretty low, so it's indicating that it's more on the oversold side. So I would like to see more of a bounce. And then once it starts showing a bounce, then that would give me a better indication that, okay, it's starting to rise. It makes sense why it's bouncing at that specific price point. I can make sense of that because that's where the previous support was. Now it's starting to rise. Where's my entry? Where's going to be my exit? And where am I going to cut my losses? So then it comes down to setting up a plan. But I definitely think that this does have potential for this upcoming week. As long as it bounces. Until then, right now, I'm going to put my alert if it goes below. Let's see. But I'm also going to put my alert, since that looks like it's a resistance here at around 58 cents. Again, I don't care about getting it too close to the lowest point. So once it goes above this certain resistance, as you guys can see, it's struggling to go above 58. So once it starts bouncing and starting to rise, and it goes above like this resistance that it previously has, then that's really showing that it's starting to move back up, and that's what I really want to see. HUSA. Alrighty. Nah. I personally don't like this one too much. This is very low volume. This is going to be more like of a momentum. Let's see. All right, it looks like there's a support at 73, so that's pretty solid. If you guys can't see that, well, this is pretty much what it means. It looks like it's trying to hold. If you guys can see at 70, that's the overall support, but it's really trying to hold out this line. It looks like I've done an analysis on this one before a couple of days ago, and 70 was either a resistance or a support, and it's holding above 70. What is that? 73.7, and it does have some more margins to highs of about 78. If you guys could see that, even during aftermarket hours, if you guys can see these little dashes, not much volume as you guys can see right here, but there's a small margin from 73 to highs of about 78. That's about 5.76% from low to high end. So being able to lock in, from low to high, that profit, that's pretty nice. But again, volume is very low, not something that I necessarily like looking at or trading. Taking a little bit of a step back to a 20-day analysis. It's more on the, no, it's like, it is showing signs of upward momentum. Like that's no lie, but I'd like to see a little bit more of a pullback and then catch it more on the rise on the lower end. And again, that's just because it doesn't meet my criteria when it comes to being above $1, but it has had these nice little spikes on its way up. So I think this one's interesting. This is definitely one I think to keep your eyes on. I'm going to set my alerts if it breaks below these supports, but most importantly, I want to know when it's starting to rise. So I want to know when it breaks above 80, because that's really when it breaks these resistance, it starts really making its way back up. That's real momentum, and it's better to catch it on those than at the lowest point and hoping that it bounces. IDXG, way too low. Like I don't even know why you guys would choose this one. Maybe because of how it played out after market hours. Okay. So it looks like there's some news behind it. Looks like there's more of a support within this 10-day analysis at around 85 being more of the low point, 95 being more of the resistance. Right now, the aftermarket hours, it's more at 95. So if you guys catch it at the bounce and it starts to rise up, it's just the volume is just so low. And that's why it's so difficult to be able to catch on the rise up. But manage your risk when it comes to trading anything. If it makes sense to you and it's something that you see potential in, like this thing definitely does have margin for profit. That's no lie. Like right from low to high, if you can catch it within the low ends of close to near this $85.85 support, and then even right into this 90-cent resistance, which it's done multiple times within one day, almost every single day. That's 4% profit. That's huge for a consistent day trade. Especially if you're doing 2 or 3 of these every single day. That's huge. You're doing what people do in a year in one day, right? With their when they invest in like the S&P 500 or something like that. So again, it's on a downward trend. I'd like to see more of an indication that it's holding again above 85 cents. And if it's holding, then manage your risk. Buy low, sell high. And if it makes sense to you and it's something that you can truly understand and manage, then that's something that you have to make sense of before you trade. So I want to hear what a couple of you guys have to say. See. You guys are calling out the percentage of my don't worry about the percentage. I have a charger on standby. Actually, JLBS was one that I was let's see how that stands. Guys, I have to show you something super quick. And I know there's a lot of you guys that are tuning in. So for those that aren't getting it, let me just make sure. Look at that. It says dust storm warning, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Remember, pull aside, stay alive. NWS. That's pretty scary. I'm from California, so these dust storms and these haboobs, that's pretty scary that they have these here. So for those in Arizona and in nearby areas, stay aside and stay alive. Just thought I'd let you guys know. So I'm going to do this last analysis. And let me see if it's playing out the way that I actually thought it was playing out. Okay, yes. This is why I think I talked about it a little bit last week with a member, and I called out JLBS. The reason that I thought I had so much potential was because of the support that it has right around this above $1, right above $1, $1.10. It shows to be a true support within these past couple of days. Understanding that it shows to have more of a resistance. It's at 5%. Let me actually. You guys aren't gonna really be looking at me anymore anyway. So, or yeah. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, so it comes down just to me managing my risk. I know this probably isn't what a lot of people look at or want to see, but I see the support at 120 and the resistance at 130. But people might be like, but look, Ricky, has so much more potential. I'm looking at it more as a day trade. I think realistically, if you can catch at the low end when it's at 120, and I'm probably going to have to wait till it goes a little bit sub of 120 and it starts to rise and break back above 120 for me to be able to catch it from top to bottom. But what I like to see is, especially within this day, from top to bottom, once the market opened, it opened at 122 and it started to show, signs of upward momentum, and it hit a resistance right around 130. It did break above 130, but really started to see a resistance at 130. Understanding that, 130 to be the resistance, 120 to be the support. This is why I see the potential on JLBS. It's at 127 right now. It's on its downward trend, right? It's showing signs of downward momentum. Does that mean I want to buy in right now? No, I want to buy in as it starts to really, even if it goes sub 120, but as it starts to rise and then break above the resistance of 120, that's what's showing me that it's on the rise. That's what's showing me that, okay, it started to pick back up. Yes, I didn't get at the lowest point, but I'm at least buying in where I understand that was a previous, support. And once it breaks above that resistance, it becomes a new support. So now it's indicating signs of upward momentum, and that's truly what I would like to see before I make the decision to buy in. So this is something that I'm going to set my alerts for. I'm going to set my alerts on when it goes below 124, 125, I guess. 120, and then once my alert goes off when it goes below 120 or 125 and it starts to almost flatline and then starts to rise again, I'll follow up with the stock, and then I'll start putting an alert when it goes above 120, so then you guys can see my day trade of 120 to whatever it is that I captured on. But that's something that I noticed with JLBS, that once it does go below 120, it starts to, in a sense, build up and then break above that resistance of 120. It has a really nice break, and then it hit that resistance at 130, and then it kind of flatlined there, but then it broke above 130 to 140, and then from 140 or down all the way down here from 122 all the way to like 180. But realistically, am I hoping for this within one day? No, I'm more than okay with locking in this 5% profit margin. So, all right, now it's dark. Sorry about that, but kind of just wanted to share my whole thought process and kind of how I break down stocks. If you guys saw really how it is that I break things down, it's just very simple. Is I look at the overall graph. Yes, I'm thinking about day trading as I don't really swing trade anything, but I like looking a little bit further back just so I can kind of see how this stock has been playing, previous trends, and I can really manage my risk. I'm more of a technical trader, not much of a momentum trader, understanding that I like to know where I'm buying, where I'm selling, and where I'm going to cut my losses every single time before I actually buy into a stock. By doing that, I can manage my risk, and it makes it a little bit easier for me to be able to, invest in something that I truly understand. And that's one of the biggest things. And that's one of the biggest things for everyone that's watching right now. you guys don't understand, and always manage your risk. Whenever it comes down to investing in anything, like any sort of business or any business idea, you want to understand it and be very knowledgeable in what it is that you're investing in, and at least manage and be aware of the risk involved. Understanding that penny stocks aren't any different, low cap stocks, or even swing trading isn't any different. You want to have a general understanding that you're buying something at a good price and actually selling it, and not just hoping to sell it for more. Does that mean that every single time you buy it that you're going to sell for a profit? No, there's always this margin of risk involved, but it comes down to you as the investor to set up a plan to be able to manage that, so your potential for loss is always much smaller than your potential for profit. And that's just something that has led to my success. Am I the most profitable day trader? No. Do I always make the most compared to everyone within the group? No. There's people that make thousands and thousands of dollars every single day. Does that mean that I have to make it? No, I'm investing less. I'm a little bit more conservative, but it's something that I do consistently that I think has led to my success. And that's really just it. So it looks like you guys are really enjoying it. You guys are saying quality information. And that's all I want. That I want you guys to at least understand my breakdown, to be pumped for this upcoming week, but to take a step back, put your emotions away, and analyze and understand everything that is that you guys invest in. There's going to be some news that's going to be coming up hopefully this weekend. So obviously not today, but this upcoming weekend that I can have for you guys. But I'm super excited for kind of what's going to be going on. And I think it's really going to take TechBuds to the next level, as well as I'm going to do a follow-up with the TechBud Solutions beta trials for our actual website. And then we're going to be moving our group chats, everything like our Facebook and like how we post there and our group chats and everything, that's all moving over to the TechBud Solutions website. It's going to be all just account based, and everyone's going to have it's just going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a lot more effective and efficient for every single trader. And yes, it's going to be free. I'm going to make it free for all of you guys. Everything that is that you guys have access to right now, it will be 100% free within the TechBud Solutions website. So just wanted to let you guys know, because a lot of people are asking. For those that are going to be asking and joining TechBud Solutions, please do me the biggest favor. And before you start asking and posting so many questions and asking so many questions, the first thing is Google, use Google as a search engine and kind of get the basics done. I have so many videos that I've made to answer frequently asked questions, and people are always suggesting you guys go watch that. Just take 5 minutes and watch a couple videos that might be answering a couple of your questions. Once you look at the different things that I've talked about, that I break down very easy to understand, and you've taken a step to actually search within the TechBud Solutions Facebook platform, there's a search bar on the left-hand side, so I can actually show you where that is. Search your questions. Search like terms, right? Search, if you guys are looking for like, I don't even know, support. Understanding that if someone's trying to talk about support or something like that, that key term will pop up and see, resistance and support, something like that. So, just really do the work and trying to find it out first. And then if you really can't find it, then feel free to reach out to us. That's all I ask. There's so many people, there's thousands of people within this group. And although they're very helpful, we do get these common questions asked very frequently, and I am developing a FAQ so everyone can kind of go through that, but that's going to be more for the website, just because it's going to be easier for you guys to access, since some people even have difficulty like accessing like the files that I upload for you guys within the Facebook platform. So I don't really know what to say, but I'm just trying to guide you guys in the right direction and make sure that you understand that I have all these resources and tools that you guys can use available for you, and it's all for free. So I want to thank you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday, and I'm going to dedicate maybe, because I haven't received a message back from the person that I was meeting up with. So I'm going to dedicate maybe 6 minutes to answering some questions within the live stream. For those that are done watching, I want to thank you guys. If you guys can, like and subscribe, that would be great. But most importantly, if you guys can comment something down below that you learned last week when it came to day trading, and kind of a best practice that you want to share for those people that are watching, that can kind of just like learn from your own experience. If you don't want to post it within this TechBud Solution, within this YouTube video, do me the favor and post it within the Facebook platform. That's what I find most important, because people are truly going to learn from your best practices and your mistakes, and that's really what I want. So I hope you guys see that. Sublime Souls is saying, love your videos. Thank you, bud. So I'm going to dedicate 6 minutes to answer a couple of your guys' questions. Joshua Moore, appreciate that, bud. I've seen you within our, I think it's group chat to the Facebook group. Richie Rich Games is asking, anyone know the website? if you're asking about the Technical Solutions website, it's not out yet. If you're asking about the platform that I'm using, it's TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Is the beta version open? Matthew Daughtry? No, the beta version is not open. But Matthew, I see you. You're definitely one that's been with Technical Solutions for a while. So I'll definitely make sure that you're one of the people that are part of the beta trial. So I 100%, can't thank you enough for sticking with us for so long, and it's been amazing to have you, through this whole ride. So research, read, understand. DD is everything you need. Aaron Bullock, 100% agree. Thank you for your time. That's by Solom. Of course, man. Thank you for you guys' time. Brian Williams, why does it say $2? I don't understand why. Brian Williams, why? If you can comment why it says $2, I don't understand that. Thank you for your time. Don't get caught up in the sandstorm though, bud. Of course, the official Brandon. Thank you. Thanks for the info. Kickjet, of course. Only invest in what you understand. Sherlyn Williams, 100% agree. What hours do you trade? 6:30 to 4? No, I only day trade actively for 2 hours. I dedicated a lot of time, and I'm giving up a lot of, I used to day trade about 2 or 3 times, even maybe 5 times every single day, and I would dedicate a little bit more than 2 hours. But now I dedicate so much time for Technical Solutions and answering questions and kind of just going through certain topics with certain people and going through meetings that I really enjoyed a lot more. Although I love day trading, that's something that I'm truly passionate about. I love talking to you guys. I think it's such an amazing thing, and it's definitely a true blessing that you guys find it so special for me to dedicate time and really just network with you guys. And one of the most things that I enjoy to do is really have you guys pick at my brain, as well as for me to just express what it is that I know and hear you guys out as well. Because I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned is being open-minded and really hearing that even though, John Smith, someone that might not know anything about trading, he might have learned something that can be, useful for me later down the road. And that's definitely the whole point of why I dedicate so much time to our group and to our community, because I see so much value in each and every one of you guys. So though it might sound very cliche, and if you guys don't believe me, I think for all those that are asking, why is it that I do this for free, or why is it that I upload so much content, then it's because I truly enjoy what it is that I do, and I just love hanging out with you guys. That's what I love to do. So, paper money is a big help. Jacob Cooper, 100% understand. For all those that are thinking about getting into day trading but don't know how to get started, or are kind of skeptical, don't, because there's such bad connotation when it comes to day trading or trading penny stocks. Open a paper trading account. No monetary risk. You get to trade real-time stocks, and you gain all the real experience. So if you actually see that you're making money, then maybe you can actually, in a sense, prove to yourself that this is a profitable market that you can actually convert into a career. So best way to get started, I think. And it's, hasn't been available for, since it started. So check Facebook. I'll definitely, yeah. Oh, I think that's when I was talking about it. Jose Ferrer, what's your biggest loss? I actually made a video on that. So I talked about, I didn't lose the full $3,500, but yeah, it was when I originally started day trading. And I think I talk about it all the time. And I'll talk about it a little bit later, but people don't always see the value of, this whole networking thing, and kind of like when people make courses and people share kind of like what's led to their success, people don't always see value in that. But you have to understand, how to be a successful trader. Any of you guys can do it, and it might take 1 year, it might take 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, but if you put in the effort and you really dedicate a lot of time to actually make it happen, it's just a proven system that you can become a successful trader. One of the biggest things is that why do people that are successful traders or see some form of success later down the road start kind of creating courses and stuff like that, or making a networking group and start trying to create a company out of it? Because they kind of create this kind of pathway that kind of cuts out and really just creates more of an easier way on how to day trade, because they've gone through all the ups and downs of trading, and they know really the ropes of how this works. So that's one of the biggest things, is that I think it really comes down to a lot of people need to either want to dedicate a lot of time to really learn how it works without having to pay for anything, or network with anyone and just kind of do it yourself, or you guys can network with one another, make it a little bit easier, and I kind of have fun doing it. So yeah. Is it possible to trade without looking at charts? It's definitely possible. I mean, you can buy and sell. I mean, for those that day trade with Robinhood, I would say the charts are pretty much useless, but I wouldn't say that's smart. Do you ever trade gap breakouts? I have before, but I see more success when it comes to technical trades. Wow, you guys have so many questions, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't think I can get to every single one of them. So I'm down where it says. Greg Corral, thank you so much for telling people to stop asking basic questions. Of course. Sweet, thanks, man. Let's go get some cans. I'm so, yes. Matthew, if you live in Arizona, direct message me and I'll meet up with you to get some canes. Affiliate marketing happen, brother. Can't wait to get there. Josh says, I see you making the affiliate marketing happen, brother. I can't wait to get there. I don't do any affiliate marketing, but feel free to direct message me. Is that JHTOS to kind of what it is that you're talking about. Good question. How do you get involved more in the community, or is this limited right now? This is Joshua Moore. Big question. How do I get more involved in this community, or is this limited right now? No. So the Facebook group is down below for those that aren't part of TechBud Solutions already. And then on the top pinned post, once you get accepted to the Facebook group, there's a series of group chats that allows you to kind of just network with other people. But you're always welcome to direct message me. There's Connor that kind of leads the breakouts and more of a momentum trade channel, so I can share my screen, and these are kind of the people that I've brought into TechBud Solutions, but we're just starting out their YouTube channel, but these are great guys. Connor, you guys can subscribe to him right here. Brad is right here. These are the Bo Bros, just kind of some friends. They don't have to do anything with trading, but they're just cool guys. But yeah, once you guys get accepted to the TechBud Solutions group chat, this is pretty much what it looks like. And again, once you guys get accepted, it really just looks like this is the top pinned post. You click see more, and then all the group chats are available. Some of them are full, so I am working on that, so just be aware of that. But the way you get more involved, it is going to allow people to get involved a little bit easier once we have our own website, and that's the easiest that I can put it, but I really do appreciate you asking that and wanting to get more involved. So Brian Williams, I saw that there was like $2. I don't know what that's from. And people are asking, how did you donate? I'm not, please, I appreciate the $2, but let me know why it is that you put that in, and yeah. You guys are saying that's a donation. Do a live Wall Street video, Ricky? Don't really know what that means. We love you too. That's a $2 donation. I will be elaborating a little bit more on what TechBuds, because I'm going to have to, what TechBud Solutions and the website's going to offer, and everything that's going to be included. And it's going to come in stages, because there's I just have to make a specific video breaking it down, because it's very complicated for me to do that, and I don't really have time to do it right now. But 100% I will be doing that, Joshua, so thank you for that. People are asking about the TechBud Solutions t-shirts. And a TechBud Solutions hat and apparel and stuff like that. We did order some t-shirts, and it's kind of with like a new design and stuff like that. So we have like that old TechBud Solutions thing that we kind of just made for fun. People really liked it and stuff like that. So my buddy Sergio kind of designed it and everything, and he's kind of more into fitness. So it's like it's nicely fit and stuff like that, guys. If I design something, you guys definitely wouldn't want it. I'm very like minimalistic and I don't like fancy things. So I'm glad that he's taking care of that. And once we see, there's also another t-shirt that we're going to be looking at. And I think it's by one of our buddies here within Tech Butts, and that's kind of more for like, you know, those car guys and stuff like that. So I will be following up with that specific stuff probably when I talk about the website. Whoa. There's a lot of questions. So guys, if you guys want to direct message me specific questions, please feel free to do so, and that's within the Tech Butts Solutions group chat. Please don't direct message me on the Facebook platform. Please don't direct message me on Instagram or on anything. I mean, all the links are down below for all these social media accounts that we have, as in like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff. But the best way to direct message me for my quickest response is group me within that platform, direct message me, because that's where I'm personally responding. And I have different moderators that manage different social media accounts for me. So to get my response, I want to make sure that you guys, if you guys are reaching out to me, to get it that way. So I'm going to end it here. I'm a little bit past my time. Hopefully I'm not too late, but I want to thank you guys for everything it is that you guys do. You guys are amazing people. Continue working hard. Continue doing what it is that you guys are doing. Just understand that the best way to be successful is to understand what you're investing in, being able to manage your risk, and to plan out your success. By doing that, yes, it does take a lot of time. Yes, it does take a lot of work, but it is possible. And I know each and every one of you guys that have the drive and are willing to put forth the time to make it happen can definitely do it. And I know each and every one of you guys know that it can happen. So I'm not here to really, I don't do anything for you guys. You guys are the ones that are doing all the work. So I want to thank and congratulate each and every one of you guys for all your success and for what you guys will accomplish. Just continue putting in the time and effort to make it happen. So I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I hope you guys are excited and pumped for this upcoming week, and continue sharing your best practices, continue sharing your mistakes in effort to promote overall group growth. Hope you guys have an amazing day. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys.